All right, welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we are going to be talking about the 140-pound division where people got hoof and mouth disease, specifically Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, who at this point in time need to just shut up, wait for the suspension to end, and get the fight that's going to sell tremendously as Ryan Garcia continues to put his foot dead in the back of his mouth, as does the Devin Haney, so as does Bill Haney, and the Devin Haneyites do the same thing. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to be in the 140-something pound division where Ryan Garcia puts his foot in his mouth again after being cornered, according to certain people, by some very prominent Devin Haney fans or Devin Haney supporters. That's what they seem to be to me. But I got to tell you, I've been trying to be as fair as I possibly can be to Ryan Garcia. But at a certain point in time, man, Ryan Garcia has just got to shut up and stop saying things that are going to antagonize people. But then again, who am I? Ryan Garcia is somebody that's been very successful in marketing himself in the new school social media way. So maybe this is just part of it. However, this exchange that I became aware of, to me, made me think to myself, man, it's really hard to support Ryan Garcia. And man, I am really sick of Devin Haney people. But, you know, from somebody sitting in the middle of it and not particularly attached to either one, at the end of the day, just shut up and fight. Like at a point in time, those guys just need to rematch each other and get it on again. Because one way or the other, this whole thing must end. Now, before I get into the details, because I'm telling you the details on this one are important, please let me welcome you back to the channel and say thank you for being members. Thank you for being subscribers. Thank you for supporting in the live streams and in the live streams and in the videos that we do. Thank you guys so much. But let's get into this. All right, so Ryan Garcia gave an interview, another Twitter space. That's where you get to you're on Twitter and you get to just run your mouth. And people ask you questions. It's the way the fighters, Ryan Garcia specifically, are talking directly to boxing fans. So, you know, when you have the spaces, when he has that space, a lot of people are going to go. And he was asked a question about why he made a statement regarding having a steroids league in boxing. Now, for I think most people with common sense, you know that Ryan Garcia was just talking shit when he said that. Just like a lot of people say things and they're just talking. They just say something crazy. They're being funny at the time. They don't mean it. Like, for example, do you think that Ryan Garcia was honestly looking to have a steroid league? Was he really trying to legalize steroids in combat sports so that he could order a league and begin a league? Of course not. What he's saying is he's just, whatever he was talking about, the guy was just playing, exaggerating, like we all do. However, in the light of a positive drug test, hey, you are going to be having people ask you those questions. Now, Ryan's reaction to that question, honestly, which obviously is put out there to put him on the spot and try to make it appear as if he is in favor of the use of steroids. And so if he's in favor of the use of steroids, then obviously he would actually do it himself. Now, how does Ryan Garcia react? Ryan Garcia reacts in one of the worst ways that and this is me hearing this from other people, one of the worst ways that you could respond, which is by accusing somebody of being a racist for asking you the question. You said it, Ryan. You pop dirty. You have to expect that question to come to you. And that question doesn't have anything to do with you being Mexican. Nothing at all. So now maybe you know the person and you think that person may have certain characteristics or certain viewpoints that may make you believe that is the case. However, not the best way to respond to it, unless, of course, what do I know? And I'm talking about me, 55-year-old Fanon International Boxing Channel host. Maybe that's just social media. Maybe that's just like, it's just the conversation, doesn't matter. I'm going to say this stupid stuff. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. People on my side, they're going to be like, yeah, you're right. That's what he is. And then there's the people on the other side who are going to be on the Devin Haney side are all going to say, yeah. See, look what he did. He cried that. He cried this against me. Now, the funny thing for me is, for the people that say it doesn't matter, like, oh, see what they're doing? They're just trying to, they don't like us because we're Mexican, right? A lot of those same people will be the first people to jump on the black people that say that that's the case when people say things about them, and vice versa, right? So it's just really funny to me to see the whole thing go down, where that at the end of the day, what matters is whether or not, what was Ryan's penalty? Like, that's just a no nonsense I am about stuff like this. I don't care that this person called, that Ryan called that person that the R word. Doesn't make a difference to me, because the man, I wouldn't have asked that question, because I don't think the question has anything. It's a shock. It's just a shock. It's a shock value question. Like I don't actually believe that this man is out here looking to start a steroid league, nor do I believe that he believes that is fair and a good thing to do in boxing, right? I don't believe it. Not based off just some statement that he says when he was probably drinking at the time, or he was doing something else at the time. Nor am I going to take seriously at all Ryan Garcia's accusation that this man is somehow the R word, because he asked a question that is set up there, really just set up there on a tee, like on a little league tee for him to knock, for him to knock out the park, because it's obviously, you said it. You can't deny you didn't say it. In the end of the day, though, just make the fight. The fact of the matter is, Ryan Garcia didn't hardly make any money in that fight. Devin didn't make any money in that fight. And it was a big debacle for both of them. Ryan's probably in a little bit better situation because he didn't get beat up, right? Devin, I guess, is in a decent situation better than he was, because at least he's got an excuse to say why. But it's only going to be an excuse, but not a real explanation, until Devin gets back in the ring with Ryan. And that's what they need to do. They need to run it back, and run it back as soon as Ryan Garcia gets off soon as he gets off his suspension. Those dudes need to run it back without a doubt. Let's do the fight again, because you just need to do it over. There's not, in my opinion, convincing evidence that Ryan Garcia intentionally ingested that stuff for that fight. In my opinion, there's insufficient evidence for me to know for sure that that's the case. That's not what he was charged with. He was charged, or he was suspended for failure to notify them of the supplements. So he's got to spend the next 10 months by the time this video's out. Shoot, it may be down to 9 months. That's not that long. That's Devin said that he's mentally unfit to fight and all of that. So he needs his time off. Just run it back, man. Run it back. And I'm sure the fight will do very, very well. Much better in the box office. Much better on the tickets. It just all around can be a win-win for both guys if they run that fight back. And we can maybe one of these days get back and get done with all of this back and forth nonsense between an accused fan base and a butthurt fan base. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comments.